In the aftermath of the Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade, about half of the states in this country have either banned abortions or are expected to soon allow restrictions to take effect. With that in mind, some doctors are getting creative to ensure they can still help patients who need reproductive health care. One idea that's been gaining steam is a floating abortion clinic. The idea is to place a clinic on an actual boat and have it sail in federal waters outside of state jurisdictions. Dr. Megan Autry has proposed placing one in the Gulf of Mexico, which, as you can see here on this map, makes a lot of sense because all of the states bordering the Gulf, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia, have restrictions either already on the books or that are pending in court. And Dr. Megan Autry joins me now. You called this idea an option for patients who don't have any other options. Help us understand how this would actually work in the face of statewide abortion bans.
Yeah, Zerlina, thanks for having me. The idea is that this is actually a comprehensive reproductive health clinic that will be in the federal waters. So we'll offer surgical terminations, but also contraceptive care, sexually transmitted infection testing and treatment, and hopefully vaccinations. And so the idea is that, you know, there are networks working on getting patients whose bodily autonomy have been taken away to other states, but for individuals in the southernmost part of these states, it's incredibly difficult for them to get anywhere within a day. So this is potentially a closer and quicker option for them. And let's be clear, it's for poor people, people of color, marginalized populations that don't have the opportunities or can't get the healthcare they want when they want it, like wealthier people can in our country.
And this is not, you know, an idea that has not been tried before. It has been tried a few years ago. A Dutch company, Women on Waves, brought a floating abortion clinic to Guatemala in the face of a ban there. Did that prior effort inform your decision in any way? Have you been discussing with them, you know, maybe some of the best practices or best ways to bring this to fruition in the case here in the Gulf?
Yeah, so when I came up with the idea, I thought of it based on the casino boats on the Mississippi River. But once I began talking to people, I learned of Rebecca Gompertz and Women on Waves. And I talked to her, and she's a visionary and has done some incredible things. And she gave me some great insight. It's a little bit different. She was on international waters, and my understanding is that she mostly was doing medical abortion. But yes, she was incredibly helpful. And some of the details that we have looked into were based on her recommendations.
Do you think we need more creative solutions like this in a crisis moment where, you know, in the blink of an eye, abortion access was banned in more than half of America?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. We are a country of innovators, right? And creative people. And, you know, no one, I mean, the majority of this country we know doesn't believe in this. And so I think as many ideas and as many options that can be open for patients and individuals to pursue the care that they deserve and want and need should be out there.
What are some of the obstacles to bringing a project like this to reality when you're talking about even where to put the boat, right? I read that there's been debate about exactly where to place the boat. What are some of the obstacles that you're trying to work through as you try to make this happen?
Yeah, as you can imagine, you know, the two top things on our mind are, first of all, obviously safety and for the patients, and then legality. And so security and legal issues we anticipate to be obstacles or barriers throughout the entire process. And so Yeah, I think what the question about the location is just that federal waters differ depending on the state that you're beside. So I want to be clear also that like medical care on a boat is not new, and surgical terminations are very, very safe. And so there's no reason to believe that this medically would be any more risky for patients.
Yeah, the security, though, that you mentioned, it's not the safety for the patients that is probably top of mind. It's the security situation because of many of the threats that abortion clinics face and still face and will face going forward. I want to thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Megan Autry. Thank you for this conversation. It's really, really important. Please stay safe.
Hi, I'm Zerlina Maxwell. Thanks for checking out our channel on YouTube. You can see more from Zerlina by clicking any of the videos on this screen, and make sure you subscribe below to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. Thanks for watching.